Hi friends, and welcome to today's Yoga for Beginners. Today is a great class if you're new to yoga or just looking for a deep stretch, whether it's the morning or the end of your day. We're going to really feel into our body and move slowly. So if you're ready, let's go ahead. Maybe grab a couple blocks and let's get started. Let's start at the back of our mat. Seated on top of our shins, nice and tall here, right on top of our heels, resting your hands on top of your thighs. Just taking a moment to close your eyes, resting the shoulders and relaxing them down and away from your ears. Finding some stillness with our body here. Finding the intention of today's practice. Focusing on your breath and letting your breath be your guide here. On your next inhalation, reach your arms up towards the sky as you open your eyes and look up towards the hands. And exhale, bend your elbows and reach your hands behind your neck. Inhale, stretch the arms back up. And exhale, bending through the elbows. And again, we inhale, straighten the arms. Exhale, bend the elbows, moving through this. This is a great way to wake up the body, energize our body, stretch throughout the bottom of our arms and our shoulders. Last one as we exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten, and exhale, release forward into your child's pose with your knees together so we stretch through the back, moving side to side here with your hips. Finding some movement in your child's pose. Just breathing it out, stretching through the shoulders and the back, allowing your chest to sink closer to the mat as you reach your hips down towards your heels. And coming into a moving cat and cow as we come into cat, arching the back up, and exhale, arching the back as we drop the belly, look up and sit back into child's pose. And again, we inhale, arch forward, moving forward almost into an upward dog, and exhale, sitting back into child's pose. Couple more times here, rolling forward, dropping the belly, stretching out your abs and sitting back into child's pose. And one last one, moving forward here. Dropping the belly, open your heart and your chest and sit back into child's pose. Inhale, coming forward into tabletop position, all fours. Stretch your right leg back so you're just on your toes. And start to pulse forward and back so you feel a stretch not only through your calf muscle here, but also through your toes. Shoulders down, away from the ears. Just pushing back and forth as you squeeze the abs in. Knee comes down, switch, other leg, stretching the left leg out as you pulse back and forth now. Feeling through the back of the left leg. Making sure that you breathe here. And releasing the leg back into all fours, tabletop position, tucking your toes, shifting your weight back into downward facing dog. Allow your body to find movement by walking your feet out, bending one knee as you straighten out the other. Shaking yes and no with your head so that you're releasing any stiffness through that upper back, the shoulders, the neck. And just really pushing your weight back so you take that pressure off the arms here. So just starting to find that alignment in our downward dog. I know the very first few times may be a little bit hard on the body, but with practice it becomes easier over time. Just making sure that you push your hips back. Hold your downward dog still and starting to almost drop the hips to your left side. So feeling a stretch through the side of the body and picking your hips up and almost dropping your hips towards the right side. So doing some downward dog hips here as we inhale, drop, exhale up, inhale other side, exhale up. So we move with the breath here as we breathe, feeling a nice stretch through our side body while still keeping our weight pushed back. So sometimes taking some movement in our poses helps us to go deeper into the pose once we find stillness after the movement. And it also can help us to find more relaxation as well. So finding a moving meditation. Few more. And one last one as you breathe it out, push the hips back up. Downward facing dog as you push the weight back. And slowly walk your feet one at a time towards the front of your mat. Standing forward fold, so keeping in the forward fold. Head is heavy, keeping the knees slightly bent here. Hands on the mat, maybe swaying side to side, grabbing your opposite elbows or your forearms here. Closing your eyes, releasing the hamstrings, the lower back, and just swaying side to side here in your ragdoll. Release your hands down on the mat and roll yourself all the way up into standing. Inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky, palms together. Exhale, hands to your heart. Feet together here. Arms along the side, standing nice and tall in your mountain. Feeling nice and grounded to Mother Earth with your feet. All four corners of the feet glued to your mat here. Feeling nice and strong and powerful in your mountain pose. Opening your eyes and start to inhale, bend the knees, reach the arms up, and exhale, slowly dive it down to your mat. Inhale as you halfway lengthen, flat back, and exhale, stepping your left leg back, dropping your back knee, reaching the arms up into your low lunge. You can keep your back toes tucked here. Really stretching through the front of your body, feeling a nice opening through your back leg. Exhale, left hand down, reaching right arm up towards the sky, looking up towards that right hand, feeling an opening through the side. And if you like to go deeper, lifting that back leg off the mat. So we're in a twisted high lunge, feeling that stretch through our glute here. And coming out, swinging your arms up into high lunge now, feeling a stretch through the back of our leg. Making sure that that front leg is at a 90-degree angle, so knee directly above your ankle. Arms are reaching up towards the sky. And exhale, pivot into Warrior Two. Looking over your right arm, still keeping that front knee bent. Engaging and squeezing your abs in, going deeper into the front leg as your arms are in a T here. Exhale, straighten the front leg. Pivot forward and come into triangle as your right hand reaches towards the mat, left hand up, looking up towards that left hand. Starting to take some circles and moving the arm forward in your triangle pose. So windmilling the arm forward and down and around and up. Your gaze is following your fingertips here. Going slowly through these circles so that you feel that stretch through your shoulder here. Releasing it, making sure that we open through the side. Release your arm back up into triangle pose. Come back into Warrior Two. Looking over your front arm, going nice and lower than you were before. Exhale, coming back into Crescent High Lunge, reaching up. Exhale, hands down, step back, plank position, drop your knees to the mat. Come down with your chest first, Chaturanga, so we're modifying it. Inhale, upward facing dog or baby cobra. So hands below or on the side of the ribs, tuck it in. And exhale, sitting back into child's pose. Pushing your way back to your heels here. Take your knees out wide as your mat, so we're in a wide-legged child's pose. Reach your arms as far forward as you can, stretching through the shoulders and cupping your hands off the mat here so you feel a deeper stretch through the shoulders. Inhale as you open your chest, lift your forehead off the mat. Exhale, come down. Inhale, lifting the forehead. And exhale, dropping it to your mat. And again, moving through this. So we're working through our spine here, through our neck, moving with our breath. Inhale up, exhale down. One last one here, up, and exhale down. Relax your hands, palms down on the mat, wide-legged child's pose. Taking your knees together now as you tuck your toes and shift your weight back, downward facing dog. In your downward facing dog, take your left hand on the outer edge of your right calf. So we're in a revolved downward dog, looking up towards the sky, right below that right armpit. So we're twisting from our belly button, detoxifying our body. Coming out of that and switching sides. Right hand on the outer edge of your left calf muscle. Looking right under that left armpit. Cleaning out any harmful toxins out of our body here. And slowly release the right hand down, pushing the weight, downward facing dog. Bending the knees as you lift the heels, look to the front, halfway step to the front of the mat, standing forward fold. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand up. Reach up for the sky, look up towards your hands. And exhale, taking your hands towards your heart. Release your hands on the side of your body. Take a moment, take a deep breath in. And inhale, bend the knees, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, fold it down on the mat. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Exhale, stepping right leg back this time, dropping the back knee as you reach the arms up towards the sky. Feeling an opening through that right hip flexor. Front knee over ankle. And exhale, right hand down on the mat. Reaching the left arm up towards the sky, opening the left side body, stacking the left arm over the right, running one line through the left fingertips all the way down to the right fingertips, taking it deeper as you lift that right leg off the mat, feeling a deeper stretch through your glute here, so your back heel is lifted off the mat. You're just on those right toes here. And swinging the arms up into lunge, finding your balance. Going nice and low with that lunge here. Reaching up for the sky. Your gaze is forward. And pivot into warrior two. Still keeping that left leg bent. Looking over your left arm, going deep into that left thigh, really working those left leg muscles here. Exhale, straighten the front leg, pivot your body forward, left hand comes down in front of your left foot, and right hand up. You can always modify as well. And feel free to do this on both sides using blocks below that left hand or using the left hand to grab your left calf, wherever is good for you. Just making sure that you really twist and open through the right side body and starting to windmill the right arm forward and down and around and up. Doing this a few times here. Making sure we keep that right side open. Following the fingertips with our gaze here as we move the arm nice and slow, really opening up, feeling a nice stretch along the right side. One last one here. Breathing it out, keeping the right arm lifted up towards the sky, triangle pose. Just holding it for a breath here. And releasing back into warrior two, looking over that front arm. Going even lower into your warrior two, making sure that front leg is nice and open here. Nice and strong arms. And exhale, coming back into crescent high lunge as all 10 toes face forward. Exhale, hands down, step back into plank position, dropping the knees, modified chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or baby cobra. So if you come into upward dog, extend your elbows straight here, opening up your heart. And exhale, pushing your weight back, downward facing dog. Breathing it out. Sit back into child's pose with your knees together, forehead resting on the mat. Just taking a moment to rest here. And on your next breath, come back into downward facing dog. Inhaling, lifting your right leg up towards the sky. And exhale, taking your right knee to your right elbow into pigeon pose. And again, feel free to use blocks and maybe placing a block under the right butt cheek. Maybe coming down into a sleeping pigeon and placing another block under your forehead. So using whatever's comfortable for you. You can always stay in your seated pigeon as well. And you can reach the arms up, helping to realign our spine and improve our posture. Really going deep into our gluteus muscle here, our hips, releasing any back tension that you're feeling because of the fact we're opening our hips. And slowly coming and meeting me back into a seated pigeon pose, hands in front of you, releasing and stepping the left leg forward, coming into a seated spinal twist as we hug our right leg with our right arm. Sorry, wrong side. We hug our right arm with our left and right arm behind, looking behind your right shoulder. Seated nice and tall here. Engaging your abs, twisting from the belly button. And slowly releasing, coming back into three-legged dog as you point the right toes up towards the sky. Exhale, foot back down on the mat here. Taking it to the other side, reaching the left leg up, three-legged dog. And exhale, left knee to left elbow, pigeon pose. Start in a seated pigeon pose here, finding your center first, finding your balance, getting comfortable, and either releasing your arms up to the sky, growing your pigeon, or releasing down into your sleeping pigeon and taking more of a yin posture if you like. Making sure that your hips are squared, so bringing right hip forward, left hip back. Making sure that your back leg is nice and straight here. Slowly releasing the hands down on the mat in front of you. Using your hands to push your weight up as you push your right leg forward. Left leg stays crossed over your right leg. Seated spinal twist. As you hug your left leg with your right arm now. Left arm behind you, looking over that left shoulder. Your spine is nice and tall and straight as if you're growing it longer. Growing even taller here. speeding up our digestion, boosting our metabolism in this pose. And slowly releasing, hands back down, left leg back up towards the sky, three-legged dog, and release, left leg back, pushing your weight back, downward facing dog. And again, dropping your knees to the mat, child's pose, your knees are together, resting your forehead on the mat here. Just breathing it out, relaxing. And taking a heart opening pose. So coming towards the center of your mat maybe, and you're on your knees, hip distance apart, tucking your toes and releasing your arms behind to grab your heels. You can always use padding under your knees. Opening up into camel pose, Ustrasana. Feeling a nice opening through our chest and our shoulders, our abs. Really opening up here, pulling the shoulders back and down away from the ears. Letting your head be heavy behind you. Making sure that you engage and lift the hips up. So you're engaging from the hips and not your lower back. Feeling good into the stretch. This may feel good. This may not, depending on how your body is. Every day is different. You can always do a one-sided camel pose and feel into your body. So if you feel any sharp pain, always listen to your body and come out. If it feels good, stay in it longer. Feel free to pause the video. Slowly coming out of your camel, release. And we sit back into child's pose as we release our spine in the opposite direction, rounding out our spine. Taking a moment, noticing how that position feels, opening your heart, letting go of any fear that's held within, any negativity, and opening up positivity. Slowly releasing out of your child's pose, tucking your toes, coming back into downward facing dog, just pushing your weight back, stretching the back and through the back of the legs here. And walking your feet one at a time towards the front as we sit down at the front of our mat. Soles of the feet on your mat, your hands are along the side of your hips here. And let's just lift our hips up into reverse tabletop. So just challenging our core and our lower body with our legs here. Holding it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly dropping your hips down towards the mat, hugging your knees and rocking all the way back. As you keep your knees hugged in, giving yourself a nice big hug, and releasing your legs and your arms into Shavasana. So your body is sort of in a star-shaped pose. So finding a deeper relaxation by taking your arms and your legs as wide out as you can. Letting your body surrender in this final pose, the most important pose in all of yoga. Training our mind in this pose and allowing the physical body to relax now. start to wiggle your fingers and your toes, waking up your body, finding some movement, and taking your legs and your arms overhead. Your legs are together, your arms are over your head, so you're in a nice stretch here. And soles of the feet on your mat, rolling onto your right side into fetal position. Resting your face on your right arm. Your left hand is on the ground. And using the strength of your left hand, push your body weight up into a cross-legged easy pose. One leg over the other if you like. Just sit nice and tall here. Squeeze your abs in, lengthening the front of your body. Open your chest. Your shoulders are down away from the ears. Arms in front of you, palms open up towards the universe. So feeling that energetic life force here. And inhale as we close off our practice. Arms towards the side of our body in a T like a warrior two, and reaching the arms up towards the sky, feeling that beautiful stretch, palms together. Exhale, hands to your heart center. And again, open, inhale, arms in a T, and reaching up even higher, palms together, down to your heart. Thanking yourself for being here today and taking this time out of your day to do this for your health and your well-being. Subscribe to Yena Yoga to stay up to date. And thanks so much for joining Stitch and I. Namaste.